Gird your loins, everybody. The truth is coming out. Welcome back to another episode of the Can We Talk About It podcast. And today on deck, we have Marjorie Taylor Greene, MTG, telling the truth again, as well as more information about the Epstein files. We find out that Elon Musk, as well as Bill Gates, are involved. And I want to talk about MTG's tweet first, her X post first, and then I want to talk about the release about Bill Gates and why this is shocking for some people, but not shocking at all for me, because I find that anytime someone is thrust into the forefront, thrust into the media, and held up as this saint or all knowing figure, that usually there's blackmail on them and typically they're involved in some pedophilic behavior. I just firmly believe that at this point. Anybody who is a billionaire who also is, we're being also told that they are amazing and that everything they do is right and that we should listen to them on every single point. Like, why in God's name is Bill Gates the voice person or the spokesperson for vaccines? He's not a doctor, right? Why is he the spokesperson for world poverty? Why is he the spokesperson for health? Why does he want everyone to eat engineered meat? He looks like a soiled old man. He is not a beacon of health by any means, but we're told that we need to listen to him because he's Bill Gates and because he's got all this money. Why? Because they propped him up, because they have blackmail on him. So let's first read this post by Marjorie Taylor Greene. Well, based on the files released and then deleted, I'd say the odds went up on bombing Iran. It is Friday after all. Yes, MTG. Yes, Marjorie Taylor Greene, you are correct. I'd like to remind everybody, and the reason why I titled this video, The Betrayal of Charlie Continues, I'd like to remind everybody that Charlie Kirk walked into the White House to convince Trump not to bomb Iran. He did not want, he said, listen, the people, your base does not want another war. You need to listen to them. If you want this movement to continue, meaning if you want J.D. Vance to be elected next 2028, you cannot ruin the quote unquote MAGA reputation. MAGA's reputation at this moment is war, 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 war. That's all we've done since we've gotten office. But MTG has it correct. Donald Trump is between a rock and a hard place. I showed you guys the video of Sasha. I played the audio of Sasha Riley explaining his relationship with Donald Trump, his disgusting, sick, pedophilic, debased, deranged relationship with Donald Trump as a child. I showed you all that. And you guys know, as I just told you, that Charlie's saying, hey, you can't do that. Because the Epstein files are blackmail. They were released and then deleted. It was a warning. You will do what we say, Donald Trump. You will release what we want you to release. You will say what we want you to say, and you will go to war with Iran, or we will tell everybody. The problem is that everybody already knows. Everyone already knows. And why this is such a betrayal, as I said in my last video, is that people have talked about how loyal Charlie was to Donald Trump. How loyal he was. And Trump cannot do this one thing, which is stay out of a war. And that was wisdom on Charlie's behalf, by the way, because wisdom says, if you want this movement to continue, you have to tell the truth and stay loyal to what you promised. But Donald Trump cannot stay loyal and cannot stay true to his promises, because this blackmail is coming from the same people who want the war with Iran. Okay? So, MTG, I'm kind of liking you. All right, so let's first read this letter so this is Epstein to Epstein. What people are assuming is that this is his prepared blackmail statement. Okay, I'm just going to read this all the way through. And I'm going to let you guys, well, I won't read it all the way through. I'm lying, because y'all know I always have to comment. So it says, Dear Bill, I cannot believe that you have chosen to disregard our friendship developed of over the last 6 years. You guys, he cannot write. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of stumbling through this because there are literally zero periods. I mean, there's like okay, 5 or 6 periods in here, random commas and such, random prepositions. It's awful. I am aware that accidents happen. It is how each of us has chosen to deal with this unfortunate event that has me dismayed beyond comprehension. You have decided to discharge me from my job. Had Larry, your PR person, tell me that I engaged in morally inappropriate behavior, asked me to be the major actor in a cover up so that you can maintain the reputation that you have worked so hard to achieve, asked me to recommit to a confidentiality agreement, and have categorically told me that we cannot have any direct ongoing business relationship in total disregard for its impact on the public perception of my reputation. I will have to diligently avoid the truth, tell people that Bill will not invest with me, and craft an answer that suits your needs. But you did agree to send you a letter of recommendation should a future me a letter of recommendation should a future employer ask for one. You have told me that Melissa insists on me not communicating with you unless Larry is copied or present. I can assume why, because Melissa knew how degenerate he was. Though you have consistently maintained that I could have not done a better job and that I was underpaid compared to my contribution, you then, beyond all sense and fairness and frankly decency, said that as generous compensation for keeping the Gates reputation intact, you would let me keep what we agreed I had already owned, the investment pieces, and would have said, Boris, this is not your fault. I confess to Melinda, you didn't. It was in a moment of weakness, and I will do anything within my power to make it right for you. I have more money than anyone needs, and I assure you will structure something so that you will not be penalized for my error. Lucky for me, I have enough money to provide to you, though it will not heal the injury. It will make you secure in your future. In addition, I will bend over backwards to make sure your next career is rewarding and on an upswing. I appreciate the fact that this drastically alters your plans and am very aware of the career path you gave up to join the foundation. I am very sorry, but as I believe time heals all wounds, this will eventually pass. In that regard, I suggest I buy you the house that you so had your heart set on. And in addition to 5 years of severance, we'll buy you out of the investment contract we had agreed, 30 to 40% of a $100 million partnership for $30 million in today's dollars terms, and terms and conditions to be agreed. That's what I would have done had I been in your shoes. What I did receive, however, was an unfriendly, strongly worded email telling me how employable I am and that I should not look to you for any significant financial help in the future. To add insult to the injury, you then implore me to please delete the emails regarding your FTD. You request that I provide you antibiotics that you can surreptitiously give to Melinda and the description of your penis. You also made it clear to me that I am not to refer to blank, as that is another topic that must remain between the two of us. In return for all of these requests, which I would have done without a second thought, I am not to attend meetings with Melinda. I should continue to provide you with the same level of service and dedication that I have done so diligently until you are ready to discard me and our friendship. Now, here's the second part of that letter. I have decided to resign my position effective immediately with BG3 and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. I have not come to this decision quickly or without a great deal of thought. During the past few weeks, I have been caught up in a severe marital dispute between Melinda and Bill. I have the greatest respect for my friend of 7 years and wish them both well. In my role as his right-hand man, I have been asked and wrongly acquiesced into participating in things that have ranged from the morally inappropriate to the ethically unsound, and have been repeatedly asked to do things that get near and potentially over the line into the illegal. Though it was kindly suggested that I make a transition to a new position after my 6 years of servitude, and that Bill would, in his words, give me 2 year severance pay, I feel it will be dishonest to myself and my future. From helping Bill to get drugs in order to deal with the consequences of sex with Russian girls, to facilitating his illicit trysts with married women, to being asked to provide Adderall for bridge tournament, as I'm a medical doctor but have no prescription writing ability. So essentially, that man said, Bill Gates was out here having trysts with married women, sleeping with Russian girls, has an STD, and didn't want people to know. So he got antibiotics from the backhand, from behind the scenes, so that and Melinda had to deal with that. That's yeah. You're Bill Gates, the people worship the ground that he walks on, and oh, he's so intelligent. He's so wealthy. He's done so many great things. Yeah, he's disgusting. He's disgusting. Okay, let's listen to Elon Musk.
Released Epstein files reveal Elon Musk asked when he could visit Epstein Island. Previously, Elon claimed that he refused invitations from Epstein. So November 24th of 2012, Jeffrey Epstein asks Elon Musk, how many people will you be for the heli to island?
Okay, I saw the comments of this video, and they're saying, but there's no way Elon Musk could have, could have been on Epstein Island because he exposed that Trump would be in there. I'm like, you guys don't get it. You guys don't get it. Nobody makes it to the level of talking to the president without blackmail. Do you understand yet? There is blackmail on Elon Musk. It's here. He just forgot about it.
25th of November in 2012, Elon Musk writes back saying, probably just Tallulah and me. What day/night will be the wildest party on your island? Tallulah was his partner at the time, and I don't know if you guys remember, but he was allegedly very involved with Amber Heard, and they used to have be involved in really wild parties too, allegedly. So then here's a forwarded email from Leslie Groff to Jeffrey Epstein. Leslie Groff is the assistant, and I'll start on the bottom and read my way up. So Elon first sends an email saying that the kids are on holiday. Is there a good time to visit? And then Jeffrey Epstein says, any day, the 1st through the 8th, play it by ear if you want, always space for you. Elon Musk says, okay, probably the 1st then. And then Jeffrey responds and said, the 2nd or 3rd would be perfect. I will come and get you. And then Elon says, I need to fly back to LA on the night of the 2nd, so W. Jeffrey responds, actually, I could fly back on the 3rd. We will be in St. Bart's. St. Bart's, when should we head to your island on the 2nd? Here's another email between the two. On March 4th of 2013 at 7:20 a.m., Elon Musk's right. Normally, I would agree, as I have found that my totally daily productivity is optimal at around 6 to 6.5 hours of sleep. However, I have to fly to Geneva tomorrow, so staying up late puts me more in sync with that time zone. And then Jeffrey writes back saying, benefit analysis would probably show Tesla doing better with you getting more sleep. On March 4th of 2013, Elon Musk writes, it is 3 a.m. in California and I'm still working on Tesla and SpaceX email. We'll hit the sack shortly, but be up at 7 for a call. April should be better, but it depends on how well QI goes. What's really interesting is that there was a post by Elon Musk on X saying that it was time to drop the really big bomb. Trump is in the Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. So the whole thing is just weird. Like, if he knew he was in the Epstein files, why would he post this? Or why not? Maybe to try to look like he wasn't. March 4th, there was an email from Jeffrey Epstein saying, will you take a break in April? And March 4th at 2:33 a.m., Elon writes, thanks, now I need to focus on Tesla. Hopefully we'll have that sorted out in a few months.
So there you have it. Yes, Elon Musk was communicating with Jeffrey Epstein, wanted to go to the wildest parties. He knew what was happening. He just forgot that these emails existed. And that sometimes that happens. You forget that you had emailed someone, or you think that you're, free from the consequences, or you think that maybe the people who are releasing these will protect you. They won't. They're letting everyone know, I know everything about you, and you will do exactly what we say, and you will give us the money that we want, etc. All right, you guys, that is it for today. Please leave a like or a comment if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one.